All right. Live here, reporting in on Division 5 for Week 2. Got myself, Gypsy Prince, and Rumblebee coming at you.
What's up, everybody?
So the division should have been rolled, 2-3 hours ago, Rumble?
Yeah, I rolled it when I got home from work.
So feel free to get your matches scheduled and get yourself ready for start of a fun week. Let's take a quick look at how those projections came out last week. Looking at Week 2, we have CCO projected 2 correct wins. They said that Werewolf of Wall Street and who else did they say would win? Royalton Circus would win out of their picks. We've got Rumblebee had 1 correct answer, saying that the Punables would beat Sugar and Spite. And I actually came in with 4 correct answers. Werewolf of Wall Street, Punables, Royalton Circus, and Starstruck. No one foresaw the Flings taking a win this week.
I originally put them down as the win, but then I changed it.
All right, you said he might be able to beat the broken up orcs, but not the orcs that have a whole bunch of really great players.
Yeah.
And hey, Doof. Hey, Mr. Christie. Thanks for joining us.
What's up, guys?
Let's walk through some of the games. Just to recap what kind of happened. I'll take the Wolf of Wall Street versus Crawdad, as I projected that Werewolf of Wall Street would win this game. Looking at the match details, they won 2-1. The only major injury within the game was Ballfondler McLowarmer. Yeah, the ghoul. He died. Not a huge loss. He wasn't a skilled up ghoul.
Well, he got the MVP.
It's true. He would have leveled. Was at 5, moved up to 10.
Yeah.
He did level up his wrestle. Or no, Cheney.
Oh, that's Cheney.
That's star player.
That's the Star Wolf.
So he must have scored 2 touchdowns in the Star Wolf.
Maybe.
I want to take a quick look because I want to say he had a wolf that was supposed to be out last week. That might be why he ran with Cheney. He had a wolf that, was not in the game. So he picked up Cheney with inducements, and with the catch skill and being agility 3 and move 9, makes sense.
Strength 4.
Yeah, he's a hard ball carrier to take down. It comes with wrestles, so it's a little bit weird.
Strength 4 ball carriers are like cheating.
Yeah, possible to take down. Nothing too crazy on Crawdad's side for pickups for the week. So it ended up being pretty one-sided. KOs were evenly divided. I guess a lot of it was pretty even, so match probably came down to something close to the end there. Crawdad did get a couple level ups as well. His Mighty Blow killer leveled up, and then one of his catchers with block, diving, catch. Taking a quick look at that team. Looks like he picked up pro on the blitzer that leveled and got an agility up on the catcher.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it makes the diving catch a little bit redundant at this point. But I guess it does help if he has one person, on him. Gives him 2+, kind of like having Nervous Steel with one guy in your tackle zone.
Yeah.
So, not a bad deal. Want to take the next matchup? We got Mystery Science Goats versus Broken Boys.
I predicted the Broken Boys to win.
Yeah, we both did. I think they came off a really good match, and so that we didn't expect them to win in week 1. So we both picked them thinking, hey, they got this week.
Yeah. So he Oof. Chaos did some work, sent out some perms. They won 2-1, even though they were outblocked. Ugh. They
They
were
had
outblocked 3-2 almost.
a lot of armor breaks, even though they had a lot less blocks.
Yeah. I mean, Claw will do that for you. Although he doesn't have that much claw, does he? Pull up his team real quick with your handy name.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he only had one or two.
Yeah, I know his Mino has claw.
Yeah, he's got him. His kick beastman also has claw. That's right. He's got a really weird beastman team. Mighty blow with tentacles and block on a beastman. Like, I feel like he is definitely going heavy on the. Yeah, who's also niggled, going heavy on a lot of the mutations.
Yeah, but I love it.
I mean, it's interesting. It's fun, right?
I mean, it's obviously working for him. He's currently sitting in first place.
And
so let me go back to the match summary. So just 6 casualties. He was just murdering these poor dead elves. There's a pass, a catch. Whew. I mean, obviously that's going to work out. He's got all those extra arm.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. Broken Boys lost their agility block, sure hand. Oh, comes with sure hands. Kickoff return, leader, throw raw. Bust.
It's just a minus move.
So I might actually have to change my prediction. Wait, nope, I'm good. That's a lot to lose. I know he still has another blodge thrower on his team, so it's not the end of the world.
What did I predict?
Next week you got Broken Boys winning. All right, we got Punables versus Sugar and Spite. Looks like the Punables won 2-0.
Yeah, but it cost them a pretty nice Witch Elf.
Yeah, and AV bust on the plus move block sidestepper.
Yeah.
I don't know if you keep that.
No, you fire that immediately.
Witch Elves are pretty easy to level up, so I can definitely see that being a casualty. But he pulled out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he already fired it.
Pulled out 3 serfs that game though, so that's pretty good. I mean, I got 3 serfs last week, but I'm over.
I got 0.
So.
I got 0 serfs last week.
I served 3 elves, one even a sidestepper. So that's how my game was.
Well, you have grab, don't you?
No.
Oh. Oh, fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some clips from that game because that was great. But yeah, looks like we had level up on a Blitzer for Punables. We had a couple level ups for Sugar and Spite, 2 linemen.
Yeah.
1 wrestler.
I'm a little upset, Chuck. You promised me 2 touchdowns for Oh Behave. I don't see it. Now you're not going to get that stat up I promised you. It was a 1 week only.
Looks like you got guard on the lineman that leveled up. So.
Oh.
And the wrestler picked up dodge for Roger. So that'll be pretty nice for Sugar and Spite going forward. Even though he lost the match, the 2 casualties and really good location for the MVP. And the 1 pass by lineman. Definitely came out pretty good.
Yeah. Can we talk about this Starstruck versus Things Dwarves Hate?
Did you? Game? Yeah, go for it.
It's not what we're supposed to see. Come on, Tim. What's going on, man?
Yeah, he's been having a little bit of a rough start to the season. I think we both thought he would do pretty well. Partially because you play dwarves and I fear dwarves, so.
And he's got a dwarf named after me, so that immediately bumps his stock.
I might recommend everyone firing your Rumblebee-based players after this game.
Yeah, he definitely got the worst of this. I mean, each team had 4 casualties, equal numbers of blocks, equal number of armor breaks. It's just the humans must have just run around.
Yeah, it's a
So
1-0 scoreline. So
yeah,
that not a high-scoring game by any means, but the Dwarves are the one team that made a pass and a catch that match, so that's interesting. And they also took 2 strength perms on a rookie Longbeard and a Dodge Guard Longbeard. So I don't
yeah,
know.
that
It's
losing that.
gone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a strength 2, even if it is Blodge guard, that's not something you can hold on to.
I don't know. If you have enough guard on a team and you're playing teams that are strength 3, it's survivable maybe.
I mean, he's just gonna get punched out of the way though.
Yeah.
So unless he's like in the thick of it with like 3 other guard players, he's just gonna get punched out of the way.
And then Paul Carew, the 6th, he had sure hand strong arm, picked up accurate. So
That's good.
we're gonna see some good throws from him. What's that, a 3+ anywhere down the pitch now at this point?
Yeah, all he needs is that fabled agility up, and he's got the elf dream.
Right? I mean, he's got plenty of agility ups on the team already, so
Yeah, so what's one more?
stat freak human. Yeah, dwarves look a little bit beat up from that.
Yeah, that's I mean that's it's just a kick in the junk. I mean, losing Carp's not a big deal. Losing elves, he'll get over it. I mean, it's just a long beard, but it's still rough. I'm sorry, Tim.
And then lastly, we got Authorx versus Flinging Fun. Definitely not supposed to happen. Pretty
Yeah.
pretty boring match report though for this one.
Yeah.
Halflings take the victory 1-0. I'm assuming there was some late stand by the Halflings on the Orc drive that ended up causing the touchdown not to occur.
It's the trees. Trees are no fun to play against.
I mean, strength 7 and 2 strength 6 is really hard to deal with. Looking at Authorx, he had the guard, he's got quite a bit of mighty blow, but looking at it, he's got 2 tackle, 1 killer tackle, and 1 wrestle strip ball, so I'm sure there's a lot of just bouncing balls all over the place that match. Halflings aren't going to be able to hold on to it, and perhaps the Authorx, maybe Oscar Wilde took an injury, and he wasn't able to keep the ball moving to help them win that game.
Maybe.
Mr.
The only perm he took was the agility bust on his block guard stand firm Black Orc, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't use their agility anyway. Move bust is probably the bigger issue, but with stand firm, it's not as big as it could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he absolutely still keep him.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into our predictions for next week.
We didn't talk about the Flyboys and the Kislev game.
Oh, do we? Yep, we missed that one. All right, you want to rattle that one off for me?
Sure. The Kislev took a 2-1 victory over the Flyboys, but it was at a pretty big cost. He lost his diving catch Russell strip ball catcher. He's just dead. He took an agility bust on his blitzer, fortune teller Freddy, so he's probably getting fired. And he took a move bust on his mighty blow piling on blitzer. That's not that big a deal. Move 6 is still pretty good for a killer, especially since he comes stock with jump up already.
It's true. He's not going to have too much issue getting to where he needs to go to punch on the next turn.
Yeah, no, I think you keep the move bust, but the other two are are dead, especially since the agility bust was just a rookie anyways.
Yep, it does look like he fired him already. He does have
Oh, did he?
100k in cash, so after next match he should have enough to replace him. I believe they're 110k
Yeah.
blitzers,
That's
so
that's the that's the hard part about playing Kislev is if you lose a couple of positionals, they're not cheap. And with a dead catcher and a dead blitzer in the same game, he's going to be playing catch up for a little while.
it's true. He starts off 2-0, but at what
At
cost?
what cost? At what cost?
So looking at the standings so far, scroll down to Div 5. Standings very well. We currently have Mr. Science Go 3000 winning, which they're a really weird team. I would not have predicted them to be doing this well.
I mean, they're weird, so that probably plays in their favor a little bit. People aren't used to playing this type of chaos.
I mean, they'll probably be passing the ball, and I mean they've got 2+ catches.
Yeah,
The extra
I remember
arms.
playing when I used to play Sherdog's team when he had that AG5 Chaos Warrior, and that thing would just come out of nowhere, and I wouldn't be expecting it. He pulled off all kinds of nonsense. Definitely put me on my heels playing something that I wasn't used to playing. So maybe that's working in his favor for now.
Sure. We got Royalton Circus currently and also tied for first. Same touchdown differential between the two. I'm not going to put a lot of stock into, where people are at the start of the season because that'll easily change. But we do have Big Chuck, Mr. Christie, and Cutting Wolf Pup, and Captain Deuce all sitting at 101 and 0. Got Doof, Shazzlebob, Lord Teton sitting at 101. Got Kleptonite, Tim Nielsen, both sitting at 01 and 1. And Arch, the admin team, obviously losing. Rocklockstrosity, and Walking Carpet, currently both sitting at 00 and 2. But there's a lot of season left.
I like how the admin team is currently ahead of 2 other teams.
Because the touchdown differential.
Yeah, makes me happy. So, in your division, I am not in last place.
Right.
So, how does that make you guys feel? That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Well, my season's not going so great, so at least I'm not last somewhere.
I mean, your predictions aren't going so great either, so...
Okay. Well, I have to step away for a second, so you can talk about those for a minute. I'll be right back.
Sure. It's coming into week 3. We've got Werewolf on Wall Street playing against Orcs. CCL has that being a win for Necro 53% of the time. Both Rumble and myself picked Werewolf of Wall Street. Orcs losing to Halflings. I'm sorry, but it's hard to pick you to win when you lose to Halflings. We've got Fleeing Fun versus Things Dwarves Hate, and Things Dwarves Hate has been having a rough season so far, but I personally have to pick everyone that's playing against you, Mr. Christie, because I have a very important stunty cup that I'm going for. So no hard feelings, but you're currently ahead of me. And I just can't have that. And so it should be a, definitely projected to be a win by the Dwarves based on CCL matchups. But hey, winning 3/4 of the time means you still lose 1/4. So there's definitely shenanigans that can happen. I know in Clan League there's is it you, Mr. Christie, where you said you wish you had more Chorfs because you are undefeated against Chorfs? So, hey, Dwarves are just slower chorfs, right? I think dwarves are innately almost boars. It could be that my betting against you makes you stronger. Maybe I should be a little bit more, yay, Mr. Christie, win all the time. Okay, you've never lost a chorf, but you have lost to dwarfs. Okay. I'm not riding high on their chances. I do not want them to win. Like I said, Stunty Cup. It's the only cup that matters. We've got Starstruck versus Sons of Sam. We both chose Starstruck this game. Sons of Sam is still a team in the rebound. I think that they've got a couple weeks to go before they're kind of back to where they need to be competitive. They had a lot of injuries. Still need to get their fourth Black Orc back. They're still down a Blitzer. So it's going to be a little bit of a rebuilding season for them, I would think. They do have enough cash to maybe even get both. Yeah, so expect those actually to come back. Maybe it's a good time for him to have a matchup that he can maybe, do a little bit of damage to humans, but humans being AV8, they're not the easiest thing to take down either. Flyboys gets a bye against Corn's Glory, the admin team. So make sure that you're, adjusting your roster accordingly. I don't know if you want to keep Roger on your team. Maybe fire him to hope that the MVPs fall on more important positionals, like your Blitzer. At this stage, though, I almost feel that having the MVP fall in alignment isn't the biggest problem in the world. You do have a lot of development already on your team. Getting it on your catcher would be nice, but not necessarily required. Okay, Mr. Christie, that works. Just win the division, and I'll take the Stunty Cup place. Nearly worked for me last time. We've got the Punables versus Kislev. We both picked the Punables. Kislev coming from a really rough week last week. Really makes it hard to choose them in that matchup. I expect this Witch Elf, Big Chuck, if you're listening, probably get fired. AV bust is just hard. Hope for a strength bust, hope for a double, make your killer. You already have your sacker. Then we've got Sugar and Spite versus Mystery Science Ghost 3000. I think we've voted against Mystery Science Goats every week, and they just keep winning. So I don't know if we should vote against them. I think their first win was a bye win, so I guess they are 1-0. But we both took Sugar and Spite. So go get your first win of the week. Okay, Big Chuck, it is fired. Makes sense. Because I think you had the cash to replace anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Hey there. We're almost done going through the previews. We're just on the last one, Broken Boys versus Crawdad. Zydeco Experience. I went with Crawdad.
Yeah.
Broken Boys.
I'm sticking with my Camry.
Yeah. Well,
other do.
Right.
It's literally the only one we disagreed on this week too.
It's true. So regardless, you're not going to be really catching up to my total correct predictions. CCL is 3. You've got 2, and I've got 6 after 2 weeks. Mostly because I guess better, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's because you think about your predictions. I pick from the heart. Yeah,
I am definitely looking at teams, seeing where they're developed at, and I do take the CCL into account a bit, seeing that Dwarves have a 76% chance, even though, Tim has a few injuries on the Dwarven team, I still think that they've got a good chance to win the game.
Yeah, but his injuries were all on Longbeards, and Longbeards, even the loner Longbeards, come with everything you need to mess up
Yeah.
halflings.
All they,
So
the only thing that they could use is not having loner. I still recall my first loss in Clan League when I was playing against dwarves, and they induced Mighty Blow Longbeards and just destroyed my goblins. Like, that was annoying. Terrible. Cunning
that's kind of great.
Fox. So the CCL percentage is based on 270,000 matches in the CCL, with concedes and some other things removed. I think Schleiss said that he took out anyone that only played one game, or any match where the person only played one game, and tried to get it so that it's true win percentages. And that's the win percentage. So it's usually pretty close to even, partially because there's a lot of draws. So that kind of skews it a little bit more towards the middle. But Mr. Christie says he doesn't get to take Deep Root and the Chef, probably because there's so many injuries on Tim's team that he doesn't have all that inducement space. Which is
Well,
kind of brutal.
Mr. Christie, you should take Deep Root. Dwarves can function just fine without the rerolls.
And looks like Big Chuck is finally naming a player after you, Rumble.
Oh, he already did. He named Obehave. I got that last game.
He's naming another one, apparently.
Oh, yeah? Hot damn.
Yeah. He's replacing the Witch Elf with the Eye of the Beholder.
That's pretty good.
Still got a B in it, so I'm sure that's fine.
I would also accept Open Sesame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw Wreck-It Ralph 2, and they have an entire section of the movie about bee puns.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like a main plot point was the bee puns. The world's finally getting wise. Y'all need us.
Rumble, you said you want to go through a team review. Which one do you want to kind of walk over? Mr. Christie's, were you saying? The unexpected
Yeah.
halflings?
Yeah, I wanted to do them because it's not every day you see halflings start the season 1-1-0. So let's just see where they're at.
Yeah, he's at 1300 TV. That's pretty high.
Well, it's because he's got a near legend halfling.
That's true. Christy, are you playing the halflings until Lotho hits legend, and then you can finally take a break? Or are you like Monty, where halflings just bring you all the joy in life, and so you will play them forever? Curious. But he does have a stadium that star players cost less, and
Yeah.
he is the home team. So he'll get slightly cheaper players for the week. And he's tied with Monty for the oldest halfling team in ReBBL. So he can't quit until Monty does. And I don't know if Monty will ever quit. I think he enjoys just throwing halflings all the time and having them die. Like,
I mean, who doesn't enjoy a good thrown halfling death?
I haven't thrown in a Noblar with my ogres in probably like 8 games at this point. Like,
Oh, my 1 minute team was 4 goblins and a troll for orcs, and I just hurled goblins all the time, and it would just give me so much joy anytime I ate one of my goblins. Like, I would have to pause the game because I'd be laughing so hard. It was pretty great.
so we got Strength 7 tree here. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of taking strength on it. It probably helps a lot with line of scrimmage, so he got Two strength
I mean,
7
he's
and
got
strength 6 on there. It's really hard to move it.
yeah, and it's unassisted 3-die blocks.
That's true. That's kind of what makes Deep Root kind of fun. As I mean, he's basically Deep Root with grab and
Yeah,
take root, right?
yeah, because Deeper doesn't have take root.
And he doesn't have grab either. I think he just has block and strength 7, if I recall. Maybe he has break tackle though. That's the one thing I guess I'd like to see on your team is a break tackle on one of the trees. See what Sir Entley comes up with long term. And just has so many decent halflings. I mean, he's even got a kick 30 player halfling. That's 2 doubles required to make that happen. Like, you must really focus on your players that, you know, you're optimizing your TV based on useful skills because I don't see a lot of sprint or sure feet. When I watched Inarian play halflings, it was sure feet and then sprint on basically every halfling that didn't get a double. And it looks like you probably
Yeah, it looks
take a
like
look
he
at your
cycles. I think he cycles every halfling that doesn't get a double or a stat.
well, looking at this, it doesn't look like there's a lot of halflings that live or don't take a permanent injury after, getting a single normal. Because I'm seeing some sidesteppers take bus. Lost a really good tree recently. Oh yeah, Bob Tea Leaf. The strength
Good
mighty
old
blow,
Bob
jump up.
Tea-Leaf.
Move, bust, niggle, dead. Ugh. And then I'm assuming Franklin was a one-turner with catch and pro. Yeah, the halflings that don't row normals don't live long. Probably because they lose apo privileges, right? I find my Noblars that have block, I tend to actually use the apothecary on them a lot because the ogres don't need it. And I don't imagine trees or star players ever need it, so makes sense to me. And you do have 2 rerolls, which is kind of nice, especially if you don't have enough to get the chef. But
Enough money for
I feel like I don't like 0 reroll halflings because if the chef doesn't steal anything, you're really SOL. I always liked having at least 2 or 3. If you got more, sweet. Throw more halfling blocks and, use a reroll if you need to. Kind of the way I felt when I did them in Champ Ladder, but I obviously don't have the amount of experience playing halflings you do with the 32 games played by your tree. Probably one of the original members, along with Letho Cotton and Sancho Carrot.
I just can't believe that he's so close.
I mean,
73 SPP.
he's got 2 doubles, right? He's definitely built to be a one-turner. 3 is too much. 2 is nice because, yeah, you usually steal 1. I'd agree with that. I think having 4, with the stolen ones is nice because you can breed a tree, take root if need be. Because I feel like if the trees get stuck, then you're a little SOL, but you've got deep root, so that helps. A little bit less of an issue. Any other teams we just want to give a shout out to? I think I need to look at Royalton took so much damage. I want to look at them one more time. I mean, they're technically ahead in the division. Mystery Science Goats, they had the bye week 1. So,
Oh yeah.
just kind of looking at long term, what does Royaltons do? I mean, they could replace a catcher now if they wanted, or wait for the Blitzer. He already has basically really good catchers. Near one-turner, or at least a reasonably close one-turner with just a couple pushes.
I replaced the Blitzer before I replace a catcher. He's already got 3 catchers, and they're all pretty good.
Well, and catcher's level's so easy. I mean, catching the ball on a 2+ with being marked and then jump and then dodge, and you're off to the races. So
Yeah. Oh,
for
excuse me.
rerolls, you're given a little bit of leeway on how you want to run that.
Yeah.
What does he just
Not only
want to?
that, but anytime you lose a piece that can get strength access without a double, I think it's important to replace those before anything else because you need that guard.
Just checking. Might have his bye week, and it's a ways down the road. It's not in the first 6 weeks, so I only have that many games filled out for the predictions. So it's going to be a while before he gets the extra cash in order to get all the repurchases he needs. Unfortunately. I am thinking maybe not tonight, but this week doing a recap match. So if anyone has a game this week that is exciting, either injuries or, throwing halflings worked or didn't work, looking for something interesting, I definitely want to try to do more of a shoutcaster-esque thing. So I don't really want to go through a live match. I'd rather go through a recording so that the action's a little more continuous, be a little bit more over the top. I don't know. It's not my comfort zone, but it's something that I want to do more while I'm streaming, and it'll just be bonus coverage for you guys. So let me know if a game is a little bit more entertaining than others. Maybe it's got a bunch of bad double one GF highs that flip the game. keep me in suspense. That's fine. Just would love to kind of cast something like that this week. I got a reasonably busy weekend. I've got Ogre match I'm trying to get scheduled for REL. I've got my clan match, and then I also have my AD Chaos Invitational match scheduled for Saturday. So
Oof,
looking to do a lot of
busy week for you.
Yeah, and I might try to do a little CCL as well since the new ladder's starting. Do a little bit more of my one-turn scavening. Maybe choose an elf team to try that with as well. But elf teams have 4 catchers. I know high elves do it, move 9.
Can't humans get 4 catchers?
Yeah, they can. I don't know if I want to do humans though. This agility 3 is a little bit less reliable for the catching and stuff.
I've never played anything
Pro
with
elves get the 4 as well.
Agility 4.
I was considering pro elves. Don't really want to do wood elves because that's a little bit overdone. I don't know. Skaven was a lot of fun doing it this season, so once I retire my ogres, playing some sort of agility one-turn team and, doing the Morka School of Dance style, defense is just another opportunity to steal the ball and score more touchdowns. I just really don't like bash teams. I think they take too long to develop, and I'm kind of bad with them. I get bored real quick. Like, I don't know how you play dwarves. I mean, positioning is more important for the dwarves, for sure.
That's actually why I switched to play dwarves, actually, because I wasn't very good with my positioning, because I was playing necromantic, so I had 2 move 8s and 2 move 7s that were pretty much able to fix any positioning errors that I made. So I was always being able to play stupid and overcompensate with god tier players.
Sure.
So when I re-rolled to dwarves because if you screw up in dwarves, you get punished and you get punished hard.
Well, and in my case with ogres, I'm learning a ton on how to rely on 2 rerolls, and they're all movement 5. So they're even slower than dwarves, or at least as slow on average, I guess, because you've got the couple of move 6 players.
Yeah, we've got 2 move 6 players, 4 move 5 players, and then as many move
4
4 players as we
as you
want.
want. Yeah. Yeah, and so side, I was thinking pro elves just because the nerve of steel and catch make it really easy to do the line based things. Also, the strength 3. I mean, the way I was playing Skaven, it was take wrestle on every player and strip ball and
Mm.
just steal the ball and then have someone pick it up and hand it to someone else who runs fast and have him get safe and try to score a touchdown as quick as possible. I think it'd be a little bit easier with elves. You don't get the opportunity for 2 heads, but having the strength 3 would be pretty awesome. And the armor 7 isn't any different, right?
Yeah,
Granted,
no, armor 7 is armor 7.
you don't come with dodge, so you have to take that as one of your levels, but you have access to it at least. You come with catch, which gutter runners don't have. I don't know. It's a lot of trade-offs, but could be a lot of fun. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be cool. I was thinking about a reroll to Skaven this season,
that's right. You
but I
even
checked.
played them in the. Oh no, you were. Didn't you play them in the Greenhorn last season? And it went so bad you went dwarves, or
No, I played Chaos
okay,
last season in the Greenhorn, and I got one level up, and it was on a
on a goat.
Chaos Warrior.
Oh okay,
It was on a Chaos Warrior, and he rolled Strength up,
that's right.
but but I didn't want to go into the season down 2 goats because I took 2 goat perms with just one level and not even a skill.
We tried to make you stick with the chaos team because of the strength up.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
I
for
mean,
Callisti, I think.
granted, he would have been a good piece, but no, I decided to re-roll into dwarves, and then I was promptly rewarded with a strength up on my
Runners, right?
runner.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah. So, do we have any other news for REL related
I,
things?
I
Uh,
mean,
who was the winner of the
not
Huge
really.
Jackman tournament? Was that
Lumi
Jokesy? Oh, it was Lumi?
didn't Lumi. Yeah, didn't Lumi win? I believe so. I believe it was Lumi.
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted to participate in that, but I
Yeah,
had a lot going on.
I want to play in all of these 1-day tournaments, and then they're always on like the weekend that I have to work. Like I work one weekend a month, and it always rolls around on tournament time. It's real frustrating.
Oh, Chris, you played in it as well? And you had the most points. Did you lose in the playoff rounds or whatever? Because I think that happened to Halflings last season as well.
Yeah, Mistays took a halfling team, um, and he had a lot of fun with it.
I I'd be torn on what I'd take for that. I probably would do ogres since I play so much ogres.
Yeah, but you can only take one ogre.
No, you could take up to 5 on the ogre team. You just got penalized on points for each ogre that was in the game
Oh, really?
because you get 1 point per SPP gained by a big guy, and then you lose 5 if you have 6 ogres or something on the team. So,
Hmm.
oh, you didn't get them in the second half of the tournament. Got it. Yeah, I'd have to look into it a little bit more. I was really confused on the whole team setup piece for tournament because I had never participated in it, being a reasonably new coach in ReBBL. That I wasn't sure. Are you creating a custom team? Are you just a 1K team? Rules were a little bit ambiguous on some of that, and I'm probably gonna yell at Metal about it or whoever runs those things and be like, "Hey, you guys might know what's going on, but for someone like me who's doesn't play in that league or hasn't been in a previous Hugh Jackman Memorial Cup, I don't know what's going on." Yeah, otherwise, nothing too crazy going on. Just 2 weeks into the season. Just a forewarning, Christmas season is coming up. I believe we're giving an extra round during the Christmas round, or an extra week for you to get your games in for the Christmas round. So that'll probably be, we're in week 3 now for either week 5 or 6. So plan accordingly. Have a great Christmas or whatever holiday you feel like celebrating. Winter solstice, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, so on and so forth. And make sure to come back in January and get ready to kick some butt. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you guys for actually playing all your games. It makes my job really, really easy when all I have to do is go through and click confirm.
Right.
So
Yeah, we
thank
did have
you.
a few games in some of the other divisions where people weren't
Yeah,
writing on ReBBL or on Reddit in order to talk about their scheduling for matches or, you know.
yeah, that's because coaches suck.
I
Except for you
know
guys.
I know I tend to also be like, hey, you know, I like my clan league match for this week. I know the guy I'm supposed to be playing with. I chat with him on Discord a lot, so I didn't put anything on there. But he's kind of ghosted me the last 3-4 days, and now it's like, oh shoot, we need to get this game in, and we said we can only play on the weekend, so I'm gonna post on Reddit so that if he doesn't get back to me, I'll take the default win. But Mr. Christie, do you know this? Even if you scare away all your opponents, wins from admin victories do not count towards the Stunty Cup. That game just gets ignored. So you can't keep a 3-0 record. Well, I guess you could. As long as you never lose another match, that's good for you. You're sitting at 2 points average, so you just need to hope that this Goblin guy, who's undefeated for some reason, loses some matches. Driving me nuts.
You people and your stunty cups.
You know, you gotta fight for something. I'm
Hey,
also going for the Surfing Cup because I already have 4 surfs this season. The Andy Davo of Ogres. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. I will be reaching out to Big Chuck with some interview questions and try to get something recorded this weekend as well. And what we'll do for that is we'll just insert that at the end of the recap episode. I think. I don't know. Or we'll put it in the middle? I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll slice it into the middle for YouTube, but have it at the end for Twitch. That could work. Anyway, so that we can get some questions there, get some follow-up. I think it could be a lot of fun. And yeah, just one step at a time.
That'll. I'm excited to hear what Big Chuck has to say.
Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll catch you again next week.
Good week, guys.